Y'all ready? Y'all ready? It's episode 6. Do 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 do. Um, while I'm waiting for the actual time to start, uh, I saw that Chantel shoved a ton of fried chicken in her mouth today. I mean, I didn't actually watch it, but I've seen like the thumbnails and like after her toddler tantrum last night for a donut, not really interested. It's kind of making me sick to my stomach, to be real. And I don't think I need to watch her eating again. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. This is going to be the House of Dragons Season 2, Episode 6 React. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. So we've got a bunch of horses and riders. Going somewhere. Marching. Soldiers marching. I think they did mention that there's been some fighting by Hightower.
The Golden Tooth is honored to receive you, my Lord Lannister.
Oh, this is the
500
Lannisters.
fighting men, armed, full of
I
spirit.
bring 1,000 knights of my own, and 7 times as many archers and men-at-arms. By the time we are finished with the Riverlands,
He's got a lion. He has a lion in a cage, you
We
guys.
are ready to march at your command, my Lord. I suppose you will make for Harrenhal at once.
I want you to send ravens to King's Landing. Tell my brother we are ready to march. As soon as Prince Aemond is able to join us.
So
On day
this
back.
coward doesn't want to march on Harrenhal unless
His answer, my Lord?
My men have had a long march. They are most eager to embrace the hospitality of your people.
he's such a coward that he won't march on Harrenhal unless Aemon shows up with his dragon. And Aemon is the Prince Regent right now, or the King Regent, or whatever.
Me!
Summon me!
Are the Lannisters so diminished that they cannot march from the Tooth to Harrenhal without an escort?
He's not happy about this request.
My brother's army is strong, but it does seem
I am the Prince Regent, not a dog to be called to heel.
Prince
Tell your brother
Regent.
that if he does not deliver his host to Harrenhal with haste, Daemon's dragon will become the least of his worries.
Your irritations are justified, Aemon, but it does
I
seem...
have a task for you as well, Sir Dylan. We will make an alliance with the Triarchy.
The
This
Triarchy.
cursed blockade.
My prince, we cannot mean to treat with free cities. The captains of their ships are dangerous mercenaries, a little more than pirates.
Throw a stone's throw away across the narrow sea. Lannister and Hightower ships will take months to arrive.
He wants...
Triarchy will delight in a chance to terrorize the sea snake again. Let them weaken his blockade, while our true allies make their long journey east.
He wants to make a deal with the free cities
But they are not
to
be
attack the
trusted
sea
in
snake.
What has come our letters to the Greyjoys?
They have been to no avail. The Red Kraken waits.
This is the group that was using crabs to eat their victims.
It comes, sir. An offer of marriage, perhaps, to the Dowager Queen.
Out of the question.
Alas.
The Dowager Queen speaks wisely, Your Grace. Even if the blockade could be broken, are we to invite these alien raiders into our waters so close to King's Landing?
It's time you set out for Harrenhal, I think.
Your Grace, if Daemon prevails in the Riverlands, I no longer have the numbers to challenge him. We lost much at Bucharest, as you all know.
Right?
The longer we wait, the more chance he will prevail. Lannister will march from the west. Take what strength we have and force Daemon and his river lords to fight on two fronts.
His Grace speaks wisely.
We would do better to await the High Tower hosts and set out in good
There
time.
is no time. It's a fortnight's march to Harrenhal. Must strike before his army is raised.
And you yourself?
I'll fly out to meet you when the time is right. My uncle is a challenge I welcome. If he dares face me.
We're gonna
I think
see
we'll all agree.
a battle between Aemon and Daemon. We will, but it's not this
No, Chris.
episode. Okay, so he's saying go to Harrenhal, get it done.
A word.
Now he's privately scolding his mother.
I caution you, Aemond, boldness is one thing, but
Remind me of
overconfidence.
your place on the small council.
You know very well I represented your father during the last years of his life, and I have been a counsellor to Egon.
Capably so. Father's dead. Aegon is. Served the realm well.
So he just fired his mom.
That need is ended. You are no longer obliged.
It's not a matter of obligation, as counsellors need a temporary
You've got more
voice.
than enough of those, if you ask me.
You have the impetuousness of youth, and its arrogance, neither of which is to be desired in a
Reminisce
king.
of your seat, such as it was. Sure, you'll be much pleased to return to more domestic pursuits.
More domestic pursuits. Oh, come on, Aemon. He's probably going to arrange a marriage for her.
The indignities of your childhood not yet sufficiently been avenged.
She has 3 sons, and 2 of them basically hate her. Okay, so now we have the sea snake, who is now the hand of the queen. This is the Rhaenyra's side of things. And he's looking at the war table. This is the war room, basically. He has dreadlocks back in.
Your Grace.
Okay.
Bring him forth.
So they're looking for what's called dragon seeds. These are people with Targaryen or Valyrian blood who could potentially be accepted by a dragon
My lord.
I find myself
as a dragon rider.
in an impossible position. I have lost Princess Rhaenys and her dragon. I hold an island seat with no land army, and I must not go to battle myself, as I am constantly told, lest I am slain or captured, and with me are hopes of victory.
There is still Daemon and Caraxes and the Rivermen.
That remains to be seen.
Yeah, Daemon's unreliable at this point.
In any case,
Daemon's going
I must
around
not
telling
see it as
everybody
if I
he's
have
king.
and I see now that to do that, I need more dragon riders. For Vermithor and Silverwing, and for Seasmoke, who I believe misses his bond.
But there are no more in your family, Your Grace. Your younger sons are babes. There is Princess Raina.
She has attempted it, alas. But the dragons here will not take her as a rider.
Then who could do it?
You. You are of noble birth, and I had always heard, as you know, that the Darklings and the Targaryens had some common blood.
So she's been on genealogy.com, y'all.
Your grandmother's grandmother, Ariana, was born a Targaryen princess. And I have been thinking, could it be possible?
To even consider such a thing.
I must protest, Your Grace, the risk involved in such a venture.
I am but a man. The dragons are gods. Your Grace honors me beyond what I deserve.
The dragons are gods. That's what they believe.
You understand your peril, Sir Stefan. I do not compel you to do this. It has never been attempted before. To claim a dragon, you must also be prepared to die.
I will understand the risk and I accept it with gladness. I swore to ward my queen with all my strength and to give my blood for hers. That is my oath, Your Grace.
All right. Let's go claim a dragon. Okay, now we have Damon, who is still having visions. Now he is being haunted by visions of his brother. Who is passed, obviously. But this is like season 1 version of his brother, where like he's not missing his eyes and fingers and...
The heir for a day. Did you say it?
You can't possibly still be angry about this.
My family was just destroyed.
You should have been at my side. But instead you chose to celebrate your own rise.
Laughing at me. Laughing with the whores and lick spittles.
No.
You have no allies at court but me. I have only ever defended you. Everything I've given you, you've thrown back in my face.
He's right.
I've decided to name new heir. You are to return to Runestone and your lady wife at once. And you are to do so without quarrel, by order of your king.
So he sends him back to wife number 1, who in season 1, he goes back and he kills wife number 1. So that it'll free him up to marry elsewhere. But now he's stuck in the room, he can't open the door, and he's freaking out. He doesn't understand that the whole building was like built with weirwood, which is that magical wood that can make you have visions. Yeah, that's kind of funny, actually. It's like when you're trying to open and it's supposed to be push. It's hilarious.
Alright, perhaps the culprit was
Push, not pull.
I found my day in food by night. To what end? To mine, perhaps. Perhaps. You resent my being here. Perhaps.
They put serious dark makeup under his eyes.
Of the High Tower rabble,
to show that he's not getting any sleep because of these visions.
Nephew, or is it Rhaenyra herself who shot you? Oh, Chris.
Wow.
But if your game is strong, I assure you, your kingdom is God. Yes.
Damon's losing it, you guys. He's totally losing it.
And stop watching me.
He was just threatening the basically what is like the Lord of Harrenhal. Lord Strong, I think. So now he's freaking out. He's gonna go get his dragon. Dragon's all perking up, saying, "Oh, Damon's coming. Damon's coming." And here's Alice Rivers.
There's something wrong with me. Someone poisoned me. Food, the wine. Or else it's this swamp air
The
or...
ghost of Harren the Black moaning his curses from Kingspire Tower.
Drivel! All of it!
Drivel.
The ghosts, the curses, the blasted wayward bed, I'm done with it.
Ah, yes, it is your way, is it not? When something does not please you, you run. Dragonstone, Stepstones, Pentos,
How
Harrenhal.
can I do not know where I've been?
There are older things in this world than you, or I, or in living memory. You are not the
We don't know how old Alice Rivers is. And she is a bastard from the Riverlands. That's why her last name is Rivers.
In some ways, no. You struggle to see there's an anger that blinds you.
She never even wanted it. The crown. She spared it no thought.
Well, that's perhaps why your brother gave the crown to her. Perhaps those who strive for it are the least suited to wear it.
Don't lecture me!
Viserys never wanted it himself, if you recall. He came to him, and he did his best. It's not a prize to be won, but a burden to bear.
That's right, a burden to bear. His ears look really dirty in this scene.
If you have any counsel for dealing with the River Lords, I'd be glad of it.
Daemon Targaryen asking for help?
Counsel.
Counsel, not help.
House Tully is not the largest house in the Riverlands, nor is it the richest, but it is the most stable.
Okay.
Tully's wisdom has kept their river houses in line for centuries. They would kill each other to the last man if it were not for their liege lord.
That dotard is of no use to us.
But Rover Tully is their lord paramount.
Without him, they will never raise their banners as one.
Rivermen are made of mud. They would rather die stuck in it than yield 1 inch to one another.
Then I can do nothing.
You. No.
You know. She just now had like
I need help, Alice.
an owl land on her
Do
hand.
nothing now. In 3 days' time, the winds will shift.
And she's just like walking off all like mysterious witch-like. Okay, so she's got her owl. All right, now we're doing the ceremony to see if the guy, the potential dragon seed, can claim I think the dragon's name is Sea Smoke. He looks really fucking nervous. I'll be real. He looks pretty nervous, you guys. Everybody's kind of standing back. Just there's chanting. It's very Catholic sounding. There's some mumbling, some praying. Okay. Here we go. Here comes the dragon. Alright, so here comes the dragon. Why can't one of the dragon handlers end up being a rider?
Close.
Like, they seem to respond to the dragon handlers.
See smoke.
Sea smoke.
No head up.
Not show fear.
Deba.
Do not show
See
fear.
smoke.
Okay, so Sea Smoke is now getting in the down position. In the down position so that a rider can get on his back, her back. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy dragon. It already has a saddle on it, so clearly there's dragon handlers that are able to like work with this dragon. That's why I'm like so confused by this. Is that you, Danny? Hi, beautiful Danny. It's House of Dragons time, Danny. Okay, he's trying to get on the dragon right now. Right? He's walking very apprehensively towards that saddle. Sea Smoke is like, fuck this bullshit. Just blows fire all over them. And they're done. They're fucking done. Oh, thank you. I actually bought this at the airport when I was going back to Virginia because I was just like cold and everything was packed in my luggage. I did not go to UCLA. I went to Pepperdine. Okay, so
Alan.
just scrolling away. Thanks for reminding me.
Please,
I know, I'm doing spoilers, okay? I mean, it did air at 6,
Blockade
but...
should be challenged, be it by lions or krakens. Your men will be glad to have you along.
I wish you to sail with me.
Okay, so we're gonna have a very confusing thing happen
I'm grateful for
pretty
your
soon here.
Right, you'll
So
start
now,
talking.
2 hot black dudes,
Send his
the
nephew.
one that had his face touched by Races, whatever her name was,
You distinguish
is
yourself,
being
Princess.
made first
And you
mate
have the respect of the
by
queen.
the sea snake.
You are a fine choice for this post.
Is this an order or a request?
I will expect you to report for your duties on the morrow.
It's my lordship commands.
I don't know why there's so much tension between those two characters. Like, there's obviously some backstory there that they haven't revealed on the show. Okay, this is another, this guy is also a dragon seed.
Nothing but fish in this damn city.
And he is starving in King's Landing right now. All they have is like fish soup. It's like really, there's not a lot of meat in it. It's mostly broth.
Makes you sick, doesn't it? Knowing they're banqueting every night at the castle, while we go without.
That can't be true.
My girls were taken to the Red Keep a few nights ago. Feasting and merriment for the new Prince Regent.
And everyone was acting so correct.
I'll tell you, he's no penny pincher. They were well paid and well fed too.
And what fish with more fish on the side?
Racks of lamb, my love.
Racks of
Mince
lamb.
pies, honey cakes, beef and gravy.
Beef and gravy, honey cakes.
There is to be another revel on the morrow with Johnson.
That ain't right.
All the celebrations for Aemon becoming Prince
I should not have
Regent.
spoken so free. The royals would never countenance me speaking about their bounty, even if it's true.
King Viserys loved his feasts and his wine, but never while us small folk were without.
Aye. But he's gone now. And his rightful heir denied her seat.
She didn't deny her seat. She's literally fighting for it. What are you talking about?
No use wondering what might have been.
Wow. Is that how rumors get out? That's how rumors get out, you guys. She denied her seat. She's literally fighting to get her seat back.
Seasmoke has fled Dragonstone, and Sir Stephen was a valiant knight, most regrettable. Yet perhaps foreseeable. I myself, if you recall, was in favour of treating with Lord Norton to march on Rook's Rest, a more conventional approach. True, not as sensational.
Seasmoke has left
His numbers were few,
Dragonstone.
but we may yet retain.
Oh, she slapped him in the face.
It is my fault. I think that you have forgotten to fear me.
Yeah, there's a lot of condescension that's going on her council that she needs to deal with. So she just slapped that motherfucker in the face. Good for her. Just like, shut the fuck up with your bullshit.
It was worth the risk, no matter the outcome.
More good men killed. It was my fault.
Sir Stephen went willingly.
It was a reckless thought.
So
Any
Stefan.
cheap Valyrian beast would suffer a darkling to ride it.
Surely it was not the only possibility. Might there not be others among the Highborn of the Seven
And
Kingdoms?
who will be so foolish as to try? After hearing what befell Sir Stephen.
There'd be people. I mean, like, if you could have a dragon, wouldn't you want to have a dragon? Right?
There is good news to be had. The small folk of King's Landing are listening. They were ready enough to hear. The usurpers have abandoned them. They are hungry, and they need someone to blame.
Will it be enough?
We have laid the kindling only. Tonight we will light it, and watch it begin to flare.
When it does, Aemon will put it down with force.
That will make it rise the hotter. He cannot destroy his own city.
Neither can they overthrow him.
Maybe not, but it is harder to wage war abroad when you must also keep peace at home.
Then let us see to our plan.
All right, so they are doing
If I may, Your Grace,
kind of a plan of diplomacy right now.
becomes you.
Because everybody's starving. In King's Landing, they're all
That's the last
starving.
one.
They haven't run out of things.
Nothing. There ain't nothing left.
I've been waiting all day. I'll take anything. Scraps.
So they're bringing goats in right now to feed the dragons, right?
It seems, Your Grace, that the small folk have become restless. So? There is not food enough in the city. Those with means have bought more than their share.
All the more reason Sir Tyler must break the blockade.
In the meantime, the people are hungry, and their anger is rising.
Mm-hmm.
The enemy without may be fought with swords, the enemy within is more insidious.
Why is this anger directed at us? Is Rhaenyra the Pretender who ordered the gullet closed and left them all to starve?
They still look to you to ensure there will be. That is the burden of authority. That you should not go it alone. It does occur to me that Your Grace has yet to name a hand. Sir Crispin, of course, served your brother, but you need one who may advance your cause with shrewdness and subtlety.
Laris is trying to become hand
You
again.
take me for a fool.
On the contrary, my
I've
prince.
little patience for the self-important, Lord Laris, and even as for flatterers and ex-fiddles. But you are, as it happens, correct. Every king needs a hand. I'll make it your responsibility.
My prince, it is an honor I've never considered for
Not
myself.
to serve as hand, you toad, to fetch him. Send word to Otto Hightower. My grandsire may be overcautious, but his devotion to his family has never been in doubt. You'll see it done.
Your Grace.
You're late.
I am happy to report that His Grace the King has regained consciousness this morning, if only for a few minutes.
You said there was little hope.
He is stronger than I thought. This morning his breath comes easier. He may live. Thank the
So
gods.
Aegon is starting to recover. Oh God. Peeling off the bandages and there's like skin coming off with it and stuff. Oh, this
I'll see my brother.
terrible looking, you guys. Oh my God. This looks bad. He looks horrible, right? But he has regained consciousness.
What do you remember?
His breathing is still labored. He's holding his hand, but he's kind of pressing down on one of the burned sections of his chest.
I remember.
He's kissing him on the forehead. This is like such passive aggressive behavior right
You're
here.
the most capable hand, Sir Grace. Seems my brother has a long recovery ahead of him, Grand Maester. See that he is made to rest comfortably.
Milk of the puppy for you. Oh.
And I've decided there is nothing to be gained with fretfulness. Not all of us, I suppose, are called to great deeds. Some of us must serve in smaller ways.
He put the decision ball in his hand and pressed it against his burned
No
chest.
offense,
Messed
None of this is
up.
your fault.
I want mother.
Yes. Well,
So they're still in the Vale, the kids. Okay. So something got seriously burned out here, which means there must have been a dragon nearby. Which means she needs to get the fuck out of Dodge.
I bring good news, Raina. Prince Reggio has answered your letter. He'll be most pleased to shelter Rhaenyra's youngest sons in Pentos. And their half-sister. Thought you'd be happy. Or at least less morose. You hated it here. You misled me, my lady.
Uh-oh.
I did what? There is a large dragon in the Vale. Rumour of it began shortly after the war, ranging more broadly for food. My maester's surmise. It is large and formidable. It will last wild.
So this is an unclaimed dragon.
A merchant cog, the gay abandon, will take you to Pentos. I'll send 6 good men to protect you on the crossing.
This is an unclaimed dragon, and
Maybe
Raina
not feeling anything.
hasn't gotten a dragon yet.
Lord Corlys has chosen to raise you up, to serve alongside him, and yet you still continue this subterfuge.
Don't want my men to get the wrong idea.
About what?
And just like him.
Oh, you're making arms provoking me.
You saved his life, brother. Do you never think about what could be ours? Or yours, anyway.
Oh, they're brothers.
The riches.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Servants. The Driftwood throne.
We spend the whole of our lives in the shadow of the sea snake's great castle. Not wish to dwell in it any longer.
And so you belittle your great opportunity, while me, he ignores, as he always has.
The sea snake would sooner have high tide claimed by the sea than call us his sons. Stop wasting your life waiting for something that will never come.
He really just, there's some sort of beef between him and the sea snake. But he was made first mate, so there's that. Jace is growing into a fine heir.
It was a bold attempt. I admire you for it. They say you struck Lord Bartons today, in view of the staff and guard. The household is abuzz with it.
He's lucky I did not have his tongue.
And what did he say that was so deserving?
I am tired of being protected, Jace. I've been to mind too much their mothers, or their daughters. They were seen me a ruler. And the symbols of authority are not jewels and gowns, but the shield and the sword.
My ruler is my mother, and I do not wish it otherwise. Will you lead us to war yourself?
For a certainty, I cannot remain here, pacing the floors, waiting for defeat and despair to visit me.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
I'm doing all I can. I have directed Lord Richard to march on Rook's Rest and sent another raven to the Vale to
We
persuade...
may marshal the strength of the Vale, Maidenpool, and all our allies besides. We will still never match the strength of the Green armies. We need Daemon and his dragon.
May I be free for even 1 hour of the constant refrain of Daemon, Daemon, Daemon.
Your Grace. The Lady Massaria.
My queen, our gift is sent.
The gift is sent.
What gift?
Let us hope for clouds over the Blackwater tonight.
Jace is a little pissed that he's not being kept in the loop. My hair's at that length where it's hitting my shoulders and flaring out. Drives me nuts, you guys. Okay, so here we are. This is the area where they're like digging for like clams and stuff in the sand, and you know, whatever sort of seafood they can get out of the sand. And here comes a boat that is filled with food. This one went to the Blackwater. This one went to the Blackwater, and there's going to be more going to King's Landing. It's got all kinds of fruit, produce, all kinds of food in there. There's more boats, and these ones are heading to King's Landing. Allison's still sitting in the small council.
He says improved.
No.
His Grace
She's in her
sleeps
quarters.
9 hours of every 10. But he did open his eyes and speak, however briefly. His mending may be long and painful, but it is my sincere hope that His Grace will be spared.
And what will he be if he lives?
What will he be if he lives? He won't answer the question.
My letters to my father.
I have sent ravens again to Highgarden and to Old Town, and now to all the great houses in the Reach. There has been no word from Sir Otto as of yet.
So we don't know what happened to Otto.
There is war in the Reach now, Your Grace. House Beesbury has raised arms against the High Tower host. Retribution for their lord's demise.
So there's war in the Reach right now. Y'all fucking everything up, Allison. You're making everybody fight.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
She's saying I'm sorry. I wonder if that's because she made him become king and he didn't even want to. He didn't want to be king. And she and Otto made this whole thing go down.
Sister?
Gwen,
Okay, so she's talking to her
she's
brother
also
right
found
now.
you. I wish to give you my blessing.
Well, my thanks to the Queen Dowager.
I wanted if you've heard from Father. I sent ravens to Highguard and Annandale Town, but had no reply.
I've heard nothing. But neither have I sent any message. If he wrote letters, it would be to you. You were Horse's favourite.
Right?
Strange there has been no word.
Otto Hightower is ever resourceful. He will send news when there is news to send.
I often wonder what life could have been if he had brought you to court instead.
I'm the eldest son. It's right that I was raised in Old Town.
When you were 8 years of age and motherless, it must have been difficult.
You get on with it, don't you? When there isn't any choice.
My son Darren. What's he like?
Does he not write to you?
Less and less these days.
This is the youngest
10 to 6
son.
now. Letters perhaps hold less of his interest. He's stalwart.
He's stalwart.
Clever.
Clever.
He's adept with his lute as he hits with his sword. And a feature in the fancies of many a young lady, I'll wager.
He must already be a teenager.
He's kind.
He's kind. That's nice to hear about one of your kids.
Kindness is a quality I found lacking in his brothers.
You did well to send him to war. Yes, it seems the Red Keep, for all its privileges, may in fact be a less than salubrious environment for the forming of young men.
Was it the court? Was it their mother?
I'm sure you did your best. I must join Sir Kristen. Wish us luck, sister.
I shall pray to the warrior for your safe return.
Okay, so they're marching off to war again. I'm not sure if they're going to join up with the Lannisters and try and take Harrenhal. Kristen Cole, she's like looking at him like, oh, I'm so sorry, we can't be effing anymore.
Your Grace.
It's not, we can't have our lover relationship
This one
anymore.
stopped singing. Isn't that strange?
I thought we might light a candle. For Aegon.
She's getting all religious. So she wants to go to the sept and light a candle. Hannah is noticing that her songbirds are no longer singing. Okay, so here's another one that looks like a Targaryen. He looks like he could potentially be a dragon seed. So there's a couple of them in King's Landing that are older, like older than me, older, you know? So he just grabs some food for his family. They're also desperate for food right now, like they're starving, you guys.
Your Graces, we must leave. Now. And the Queens to the wheelhouse! On your flanks!
So now it's a mad dash to get the Queen and the Queen Dowager to back to King's Landing because to the Red Keep because oh. Sheathe your swords. They just cut off the hand of an elderly woman. Like, they're making it so much worse, you know? Some of their guards are getting beat the fuck up. But they made it to the carriage. She's bleeding, or she has blood on her from the elderly woman whose arm was cut off. I'm not sure which that is. By the way, this song is what they used when Cersei blew up the set.
My lord,
It's a great song if you've ever seen
He will
it.
be most eager for his draft in an hour.
Very dramatic.
The drink
So-
takes the pain away, and it dulls your mind.
Milk of the
Dr.
poppy.
Grace, you've already written yourself into legend. You survived the Dragonfire. But I'm afraid you will never be whole. Orwell has exhausted his abilities. He's bound your leg. But you will never run again. You're mine. So it remains to you. Do not say I gladly. I came screaming into the world from the bowels of one of Harren's great towers.
He's a much more impressive
My lungs
actor as a
but my
cripple.
throat so twisted that my father named it sorcery, accusing a member of our household of casting malign spells.
His leg was so twisted when he was born that his father
People
named
pity
it
you.
sorcery.
Either behind your back, when you're present, they will stare at you. And they will underestimate you. And this will be your advantage.
No. No.
Your brother rules in your place now, which means that your life is in danger. I think you know that.
Help me. Laris has been trying for years to get in his hand of the king. He's so gross. So Damon's having more visions. We now have Viserys crying over his wife who died in episode 1.
Brother. Dude, she's gone.
I love that they're bringing all these actors back that have already died.
I'm sorry. You needed me. I'm here now. I'm here now. Your Grace.
He's waking up from his
Sorrowful news
vision.
from Riverrun, my king. Lord Grover is dead.
The old man.
Indeed. Young Oscar Tully is now Lord Paramount of the Riverlands.
What was the man with Lord Grover's passing?
Only been ill, of course. Riverrun's maesters have been at their wits' end. Our own healer, Alice Rivers, volunteered her renowned skills.
So Alice Rivers went over
There was not more to be done.
to kill the Lord of the Tully, the 80-year-old who was already basically a convalescent. She went over there and fucking killed him. He's crying now. He's having a hard time dealing with all his demons because they're all coming out in these visions and stuff. Okay, now we have a dragon. Sea smoke. Which has a rider. Somebody got a hold of that dragon. I mean, they already had said that Sea Smoke left. And we don't know what side the Sea Smoke is on right now. We have no idea who got a hold of that dragon. But there is a rider on that dragon. Why is he stalking this one black dude? Like, why is it so important to come after this one black dude? Who is on that dragon? I'm so confused. I'm sure we'll find out next week.
They went as far as the gates of the Red Keep before they were turned away. It is as we hoped, a warning to the usurpers that you have strength beyond what they accredited. I thought you'd be pleased.
I do not think I can win this war.
I think you're tired.
My own son questions my capabilities. He thinks I need Damon at my side. And Damon himself.
He has ever done what suits Damon.
He was everything I wanted to be. Carefree. Dangerous.
They're purposely fucking up her braids in her wigs.
And I was what he wanted.
And I guess that's like a statement, maybe?
You were half of a whole. He's never been at peace. He wished to possess me, but not to be possessed. And to see me take hold, finally, of what he always believed to be his. I fear what he may not do. I fear he may have turned against me.
It is more his way to disappear.
In either case, I lost him. And Caraxes with him. Rhaenys and her dragon are dead. I have Cyrax and 2 young beasts. We can't take on Vhagar alone. And I have no army.
You have the Velaryon fleet and the men who fight in it.
It's not enough. And even if we somehow prevailed, how will I rule a kingdom when my own son doubts me?
You have me.
You have my thanks.
You have me.
It was my father.
She's explaining the scars that she has. She has a scar on her neck.
He had his pleasure with me. And when after many months of this, it became evident that his seed had taken root. There is a scar here as well. I cannot bear children. He left me for dead. But I lived.
Wow.
Swore to myself I would never trust another, and that oath has stood me well. This world is cold and cruel, and there are few in it who are steadfast. You, I think, are steadfast. You have seen me as worthy, as an equal even. Because of that, I will serve you. I believe you are meant to be queen.
You are meant to be queen. Oh, big hugs, you guys. And now we're finally getting the lesbian payoff that we've been waiting for both seasons. we're finally getting Rhaenyra to show us that she is bisexual. We've been waiting for this moment for a long time, right? Okay, girl. You go, girl. I mean, Damon just kind of fucking abandoned you, so why not, right? Like, just go for it. Whatever floats your boat, girl. Just, be like Amber Lynn and make sure you don't have long nails on while you're dating.
I beg your pardon. Regret.
The dragon sea smoke has been sighted flying over Spiceland.
Yes, he does that.
From what we've heard, he has a rider.
Who?
Impossible to tell from the ground.
The Greats? I don't know who else it could be.
Shall I summon your council?
Is it possible it was Sea Smoke the one that belonged to her ex-husband? The one that pretended he died and he rowboated away, kind of like the other dude from Game of Thrones? I don't know who the writer is, but okay. All right, that's it, you guys. That's it for tonight, kids. That is my react to episode 6. I hope. Why noodles? Why not? Are you watching the show? Are you enjoying the show? Are you just here to be like weird, or like what's going on? All right, so that's it. That's the whole thing. Take care, y'all.